Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, glory, infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me the truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel. May you endure to the end, Lord willing. Right? And this is Brother Quashab coming back at you with another quick lesson. Lord willing is edifying, man. All right? Because at the end of the day, as we can see, prophecy is speaking, right? Prophecy is coming to pass, and we just getting closer and closer to the herald and end of our kingdom, man. All right? So I have this article queued up in which it says nuke alert, because within these last year or two, it's been nothing but news about nuclear missiles, all right, nuclear capability, right? And as you can see, it's time, it's wartime, man, all right? Russia, China, Iran, all right, these BRICS nations, all right, they are ready to go to war, all right, and chiefly with Babylon, all right, which we know as America. We can see these things are very, very shortly going to come to pass, all right. Now this article, it says nuke alert. Putin puts 16,000 mile per hour doomsday nuke dubbed Satan II that can sink the UK in one strike on combat duty for the first time. All right, and brothers did, myself and multiple Akim, have done lessons, on the Satan II missile. All right, its capabilities, how fast it can travel, different things like that. Let me get a scripture real fast, right? Because it's all the work of the Lord, man. It's all the work of the Lord at the end of the day. That's the book of Isaiah. It's chapter 54. I believe it's 16. Yeah. It's Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." All right. And when you go into a smith, all right, in ancient times, there was one who would work on a sword, sharpening a sword, all right, or a killing instrument or a plowing instrument. When you go into the word smith, all right, what a smith is, it says that bloweth the coals in the fire, all right. So in this particular example, this smith is creating something that comes with the burning of fire, man. All right, it's not a regular sword this time. You see, it says, "And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." All right, and ultimately, that's the spirit that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai put onto these Edomites. All right, in particular, you go into Robert J. Oppenheimer, all right, which that movie Oppenheimer came out maybe a month or two ago, all right. So this is the Lord's doing, man. The Lord's not creating, all right, all of these missiles, these nukes for no reason, man. People think that Putin and even the U.S., all right, have an arsenal of over 1,000 nuclear warheads and just never going to use them. No, it tell you in Jeremiah 50. All right, we might have to get that. And Salakia for the background noise. They tell you in Jeremiah 50, man. Let me get that real fast. right? Because, hey, the Lord getting ready to use these weapons, man, all right, through his sword Esau, and all for destruction of this wicked kingdom, all right, and the rulers of this world to ultimately be taken out, man. See? Now this is Jeremiah 50:25. It says, the Lord Yahweh had opened his armory. And like the brother Kaya go into all the time, you go in that word armory, it means a magazine of weapons. All right? And all of these weapons that the Lord has opened, all right, the magazine of weapons that the Lord has opened is all going to be used for the destruction of America, all right, and to end off this age. You see? It said it had brought forth the weapons of his indignation, all right, his righteous anger, all right, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. All right, that's pretty much it, but hey, the Lord is ultimately bringing forth those instruments, man, all right, that great waster to destroy, all right, and the jaws, he said he'll put the hooks, all right, in his jaws, man, talking about Gog, Magog. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but because I want to read a little bit out of this article, right? So it says, for the first time, the world's most powerful nuclear weapon was placed on combat duty, thanks to Vladimir Putin. The nuclear weapon dubbed Satan II has the capability to sink the UK with one strike, all right? And let me drop down a little bit. See, I might have to pull over, man. I don't want to miss nothing. So it's a little further down. Right. It says, and I remember this when he actually warned that dude, Boris Johnson, the prime minister in the UK. And, that guy wound up actually resigning, not because of that, but, different things, trying to get out of the way because these politicians, they know it's coming down the pipe too, Turn this up. It say, while Borisov did not elaborate on the nuclear missile's potential, Putin's crony Dmitry Kiselov warned former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson last year that the Satan II will be able to wipe out the UK in a single attack. The island is so small that one Sarmat missile is enough to drown it once and for all. Like the Elder Hour Camp, he go into it all the time, all right, with this app that he have on his phone, and how nuclear missiles gonna be putting 1,400-mile craters in the ground, man, all right? Uninhabitable wastelands, man, all right? So it says the island is so small that one Sarmat missile is enough to drown it once and for all, and that's how much power, is inside of these missiles, man. Who else would literally think about creating a nuclear missile, all right, which is why that guy, Robert J. Oppenheimer, he said he'd become the destroyer of worlds, man, all right, because he knew that with that creation that the Lord put the spirit on him to make, that was going to be the end, and that's how you ultimately know that it was the spirit of the Lord, because the Lord's a man of war, all right, he's a fierce man of war, you see. It says, it is capable of destroying an area the size of Texas or England, a single launch. Boris, and there is no England anymore, once and for all. So you just think about the whole state of Texas, man. All right, and that's considered one of the biggest states here in America. All right, when you look at Texas, just imagine it just completely being wiped out by one missile. And the scriptures is prophesied for to have 200 million. You see? 200 million nuclear warheads, man. So if one missile can do that, one Sarmat missile can do that, all right? Just ponder your thoughts on 200 million, man. You see? That's overkill. And this is what's coming. All right? Prophecy is undefeated. All right? You can't stop prophecy. This is prophesied in the scriptures, man. And the Lord is putting a spirit, all right, on these Edomites, all right, because Putin's an Edomite himself, all right, but he's doing the work of the Lord, man. Because we can't get to the kingdom, all right, Yahushua can't come back, all right, until World War III, you know, in the midst of nuclear destruction, you know. The scriptures say in Revelation, I believe it was it's 11. You know, I'm not gonna get it, roughly paraphrasing. You know, we're gonna be getting beamed up while the destruction is happening. All right, we're gonna be looking at it from the chariots, man. You see, that's how close things gonna be. That's why I said the elect shall scarcely be saved. You know, but not to get off topic. Right, it says the Doomsday missile was equipped to travel the 1,600 miles to the UK in just 6 minutes. So from 6 minutes to get from Russia, all right, to the UK, 6 minutes, all right, in which they call it a hypersonic, you know, because it defies the time, man. The time it takes, what is it, the speed of light or whatever, Salakia for the lack of better words, you know. But from 6 minutes from the Russia to the UK, you know, that's quick. That you don't have no time to warn people, all right. You don't have no time to get people into their so-called bunkers, right? That's no time for warn people in 6 minutes, because they say those hypersonics can get to America in 30. All right, where you gonna get in 30 minutes, man? Nowhere. It says, leaving little time for Putin's critics to react. Russia was initially supposed to go on a combat duty in late 2022, but was delayed for unknown reasons. Currently, Western countries have no active missile that could inflict the same level of destruction as the Satan II, which the Kremlin proudly toted. A little bit more. It say, as Putin increasingly grew paranoid and his war on Ukraine dragged with no end in sight. Is that it? Yeah, I believe that was it. That was the point. It says Putin ally Dmitry Rogozin claimed that nearly 50 Sarmat missiles will be added to the Russia's combat duty roster. All right, so they putting it in motion, man. You see, they putting it in motion. All right. Now this is I'm gonna jump to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." All right, when you go into that word, chief, I believe is Raash. All right, apostles, you know, in particular Apostle Tahar, he goes into this all the time. You know, when that word chief prince it goes into Raash, all right, which is I believe is Hebrew, you know, for Russia. Okay. It says, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thine army. So the Lord pretty much say, hey, I'm gonna make you do this. You know, I'm gonna make you in your army, I'm going to put this spirit on you to be against America, to ultimately destroy America, all right? Ultimately give you this arsenal, all right? This magazine of weapons that you're going to use to destroy them. And I'm going to make you do it. You see? It says, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, and let me see. I wanted to read this verse 4 in the NLT. It says, I will turn you around and put hooks in your jaws to lead you out with your whole army. So the Lord is literally saying, hey, I'm about to do this to you and lead you out, lead you and your whole army out. So they just pretty much just doing it, all right, all because it's the will of the Lord, man. Like we was going into camp yesterday, all right, it said the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, all right, in Proverbs 21:1, you know, and the Lord said, I will turn him whatever so I will, man, all right, because at the end of the day, the Lord is just doing what he wants. You know, it's his show, it's his movie. He's the director and the producer, man. All right. That was pretty much it, because it goes into, and what you could liken is Persia, all right, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Lydia. You know, you can liken that to the BRICS alliance being formed, man. All right. And I had pulled up, you know, this world map, you know, to show that when you look at Rosh, all right, Magog, all right, Persia, Meshach, Tubal, all right, all of those names that were just named in a prophecy in Ezekiel 38, all right, are right here in those same regions, all right, to further prove that this is talking about the area of Russia, okay? When you look at these maps, it's the same area, all right? Now, when you go into a world map in particular, all right, you see Iran, all right, the area of Meshach, all right, if you look at Ukraine here, Shalaki, if you look at Ukraine, where Ukraine is, all right, it's the same as the area of right next to it where it says Moscow, all right, when you go right back to it, you look at Ukraine, all right, on this map, and that's Rosh, man, all right, the chief prince. This is Magog, you see? So the scriptures in the headline, it said end time battles, man, all right here at the bottom. It says end times battles, the battle of Gog, Magog, all right? And these are the same exact areas, man. You see? So this is showing you, right, that these things, these prophecies that's left to come to pass are coming to pass, man. Very, very, very shortly, all right? And here's another map, all right? It's a little smaller, it's a little more simpler, all right? But it shows you, all right, the area of Persia is in Iran. You see? Magog, Meshach, Tubal is in the areas of Russia, man. All right? So, no, we're not just making this up. You see? This is thus said the scriptures, man. Thus said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right? That he going to put the spirit on these devils. All right? The spirit on these heathen nations to bring forth World War III. All right, to bring forth that great waster to destroy, man. All right, now this is the book of Jeremiah, back in Jeremiah 50, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." All right, now when you go back to this map, what is this? The north country. All right, when you look at Russia, it's the northernest country out of all of these countries, all right, in this particular region of the world, all right. It's the northernest country, man, outside of goddamn Greenland. You see? And, you know, when you look at these maps, you have to understand that on the other side of this map, there is nothing over there, all right? It's one map, all right? It's not like the whole other side of the map is just a body of water, all right? Have to have some discernment, man, all right? Because case in point, you know, and bear with me, Salakia, if you see this piece of yellow right there, in which it shows you how close, all right, because all of this is still Russia, all right, that one piece of yellow, okay, when you go to the other side of the map, is that same piece of yellow from Alaska, all right, just further proving the point that this is all, it's closer than you think. You know, I believe Alaska and Russia is like 2 miles apart from each other, all right, and which makes that, it still makes it the North Country, all right, that's the point I'm trying to make, all right, it's still the country that's northern of America, you see, because if you was to move this map or turn the map over, all right, Russia would still be a northern country to America, man, all right, the United States in particular, you see. So it says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, all right, the BRICS nations, man, those same nations from Ezekiel 38, all right. It says, from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, all right, which goes into those Satan II missiles, man, all right, these nuclear missiles, all right here. You see, it says the nuclear weapon could travel nearly 16,000 miles per hour, man, defying the speed of sound, the laws of gravity, all right, as they so-called, all right. These are the arrows that they're talking about, man, all right. It says, the arrow shall be as a mighty expert, man, and none shall return in vain, okay, because when these arrows begin to be shot off or take off, you know, they have pinpoint locations, all right, some called latitude, longitude, all right, that they are pin marked to hit, you know, and with one of these, man, all right, it's gonna be a utter destruction like no other, man, all right. I'm gonna drop down to verse 13. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. All right, because why? He's sending up against Babylon. All right, which is, I believe Babylon means with mixing. All right, confusion or something like that. Salakia. You know, I'm gonna have to sharpen up a little bit on that, but you know, we know that you can put the Google search in, all right, and it'll straight tell you now that, you know, the daughter of Babylon, all right, is America, all right, because this is a prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled yet, okay. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. All right, if something is wholly desolate, that means there's nothing left, you know. And if it can sink the UK. All right, let's go back to the article. All right, it's because it's like they know that this is prophesied in the scriptures. All right, if it can sink the UK with one strike, all right, just imagine 2 or 3 strikes. All right, just imagine the overkill. You see? What did it say? Once and for all that. Yeah. No England anymore, once and for all right? And that's gonna be America too, you know? That's gonna be America too, man, once and for all right? It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, And all ye that bend the bow, so all of you people, all right, you other nations that have nuclear missiles, all right, it says, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahweh. All right. And even their own nations, all right, the nations that are drunk of the wine, the Babylonian wine, all right, the ways of America, all right, and were promised to flourish and be just like America, they actually gonna get mad, all right, and use their nuclear missiles on America as well, man. You know? And yeah, other places, you know, will be hit, all right, with nuclear missiles as well, because they have something called the MADS, Operation MADS, all right, MADS. You go look that up, you know. You go look up Operation MADS and see what that is, man. All right, a mutually assured destruction, you know, because meaning when they see, because they tell you right here in Jeremiah 51, you know, that they're not going to be able to defend themselves in this day. Their Brigadine going to fail, all right, which goes into the nuclear defense systems, man, right? They tell you in that day that these things going to fail, man. So what? They just going to activate Operation MADS, all right? Just push the button and get their rocks off too, man. All right? It may hit parts of Russia, China, all right? We know that the land of Israel, you know, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all right? Because those lands got to be cleansed as well, you know? But it's going to be built back up, you know? But this Jeremiah 51:1, it says, thus said Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me. All right, because everything in this society is contrary to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, it's opposed to the ways of the Bible, man, the scriptures. You see, it says a destroying wind, you know, and that's what the Lord is raising up now. All right, this destroying wind going into the nuclear destruction, man, nuclear missiles. All right, these other nations getting their arsenal up. All right, that magazine of weapons. You see, it says, and I will send Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in that day of trouble they shall be against her round about, against him that bended, Salakia, against him that bended, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his Brigadine. And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. All right? And this is what's coming to the shores of America real soon. All right? It don't matter if you go in your bunkers. All right? If something put in a 1,400-mile crater in the ground, you think those bunkers gonna hold up? The only bunkers that's gonna hold up, all right, are the bunkers for those who are gonna be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom, man. All right, when we come get them out the bunkers. I don't want to write the Zah. You see? Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it, you know. Babylon been a golden cup, you know, that's scripture I was talking about earlier with these nations, you know, ultimately turning on Babylon itself, right? And I'm gonna end it off on this book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. All right, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with the fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. All right, that's plain. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness? All right, which that word conversation goes into your anastrophe. All right, what manner of behavior should you be doing? All right, you should be doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You know? You should be doing the will of the Lord. You know, I brought this out. It says, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of our power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall be melt with fervent heat. All right, seeing that the nuclear destruction is imminent, what should you really be doing? Storing up those spiritual treasures, man, trying to get in the good graces of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right. This is, let me get this real fast. It's the book of, this is the book of Micah. I'm tripping. Must be Malachi. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So all the proud, all right, all the wicked, you know, people who not in the good graces of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, gonna do what? Be stubble. You know, when you put charcoals on the grill, all right, they hot, they cooking the food. You know, after you done cooking, you go inside, put the pans and everything up, come back out an hour later, the charcoals is like dust, man. You know? The charcoals is like dust. This is what America gonna look like, a land of dust, right? Stubble. It says, in the day that cometh shall burn them up, said Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So there's gonna be nothing left here but dust and smell of smoke, man. You see? That's it. You know? But, you know, I brought this out. You know, this lesson was edifying. All right. I just wanted to see. I just ended there. You know, I was going to grab second Esdras 16 and 13, you know, just to further expound on the point, you know, that the arrows, all right, the nuclear missiles are the end of this kingdom, man. All right. But, you know, I brought this out. This lesson was edifying. All right. I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. You know, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. Till next time, I say shalom.